Hare Krishna. Welcome to our first session on Mukunda Mālā Stotra. After a gap of 6 months, we are restarting Mukunda Mālā Stotra. So today is the first session. We just finished reciting all the 53 shlokas of Mukunda Mālā Stotra. It took about an hour. So we'll have some discussion now. The beauty of Mukunda Mālā Stotra shlokas is that they are very sweet. They are very simple words. Anybody can recite, even a person who doesn't have proper Sanskrit knowledge, who is not well versed in reciting shlokas, anybody can recite. They all look like, Telugu, Hindi, Kannada, Tamil words. They all look like your mother tongue words. Very, very easy to recite. When it comes to shlokas and poetry, there are three things. Upama, Artha Gauravam, and Pada Lālityam. Upama means the alankaras. Upama or alankara, like metaphor, comparisons. You give an analogy to explain something. For example, if you want to explain how the bodily complexion of Krishna is, then you say Tamala Varnam, Meghashamala Varnam, Indra Neela Mani Manjula Varnam, like that. So you give an example to describe what is unknown. You give an example of a known to describe what is unknown. So right now we haven't seen Krishna's color. The poets, acharyas, they have seen it. But for us to understand, they are giving an example of something that is known to us to explain that unknown thing, so that we can relate, we can imagine. So this is called alankara, upama. Not ukma, but upama. Okay. And then there is artha gauravam. Artha gauravam means the depth of the words, the depth of the meaning in the words. The depth of the meaning in the words. So the usage of the words is such that each word conveys a deeper meaning. So the depth of the meaning, depth of the words, that is the second thing. Artha gauravam. Third one is Pada Lālityam. Pada Lālityam means the softness, the sweetness of the words. Pada means words. Lālityam, the softness, the cuteness, the sweetness, the madhuryam of the words. The beauty of Mukunda Mālā Stotra is you will see these three lakshanas of poetry in full. In every shloka, you will see these three lakshanas. What are the three lakshanas that we described? Upama, Artha Gauravam, Pada Lālityam. You will see these three lakshanas in every shloka in full. Unlike other shlokas in Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita or anywhere. So here you will see these three lakshanas in every shloka in full. So tomorrow during the daytime, you just take some shlokas randomly and just observe, how these three things are fitting into Mukunda Mālā Stotra shlokas. You'll really appreciate that. And not only that, the words are very rhythmic. They are like dancing. They are like dancing. Shrinvan janardhana kata gunakirtanani Dehena yasya pulakodgamaro notpadhyate nayanayor vimalambhumala dhiktasya jivitamaho purushadamasya. That the words are like dancing, rhythmic. So, and another beauty about Mukunda Mālā Stotra shlokas is it's a pure Nama Sankirtana. You will see the Lord's name appearing in almost every shloka. In almost every shloka, you will see Lord's name appearing at least once. Many shlokas have Bhagavan's names appearing like 4 times, 5 times. But every shloka has at least once. So this you will not see in other shlokas. So that's another speciality. So it's a pure Nama Sankirtana throughout, right from beginning, shloka number 0 to shloka 53. You will see this Nama Sankirtana flowing through the shlokas. So there are many things to discuss about Mukunda Mālā Stotra, which we will discuss tomorrow. But today I want to discuss something very beautiful. This is a connection from what we have been discussing since last 2 weeks, the Chaurashtakam and Krishna Karnamrita, those things. And it's a connection, it's a transition, it's a beautiful transitioning thing to Mukunda Mālā Stotra. So there's a beautiful shloka in Krishna Karnamrita written by Bilvamangal Thakura. Last week we discussed 2 such shlokas about Krishna's alarm. What is the alarm for Krishna? Dadi Manthana Ninadhai. Dadi Manthana Ninadhai. The sound of the churning rods. When the gopis are churning butter, the sound of those churning rods, and those churning rods have small bells, and the gopis are singing Govinda Damodara Madhaveti. So all these things combined is the alarm for Krishna. So we saw those 2 shlokas. So today we'll see one more beautiful shloka which is closely connected to this Mukunda Mālā Stotra. So this is a shloka. It's called Hunkara Shloka. Hunkara. Hunkara means like when you are telling story to a child, in between what does the child do? The child says, mm, mm. So that's why this shloka is known as Hunkara Shloka. So Yashodamma, she used to tell bedtime story to Krishna every day. When she's putting Krishna to sleep, when she's putting our Lala to sleep, Yashodamma tells a story. And what are those stories? They are his own stories. They are his own stories. And when Krishna hears these stories, he tells that Yashodamma tells one sentence, and Krishna will tell the next sentence. And Yashodamma is surprised. How does he know all these things? And Krishna says, these are all my stories. I know everything. These are all my stories. And Yashodamma, she thinks he's just a child. He's just, bragging about it. So like that, one day, Yashodamma tells this story to Krishna. Ramo nama babhuva तदबला सीतेति तां पितुर्वाच पञ्चवटीतटे विहतरः तस्याहरद्रावणः निद्रार्तं जननी कथामिति हरे हुंकारता शृण्वतः सौमित्रे क्व धनुरिति व्यग्रागिरा पान्तुवः. Okay. Neela, can you read this?
Yes, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. Mother Yashoda once narrated an ancient story to young Krishna. There was once a prince named Rama. That delicate lady was Sita. Obeying his father's command, he dwelt in the forest of Panchavati. While he was living there, Ravana abducted her. On hearing this ancient tale of his own previous life from his mother, Krishna became suddenly agitated and cried out, "O Lakshmana, where is my bow? My bow, my bow, my bow, my bow." May those anxious protective words of the Lord safeguard you. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. So this is a beautiful shloka. The shloka has the word that sound. The child in between the story, the child says. So the shloka has that word. So how beautiful it is. Ramo nama babhuva. Once upon a time, there was a king by name Rama. Ramo nama babhuva. And then after hearing this, Krishna says, Tadabhala Siteti. And then there used to be, his husband, Rama, his wife, Rama's wife was Sita, a very soft, gentle, delicate lady by name Sita was his wife. Krishna says, तां पितुर्वाच पञ्चवटीतटे विहरता. Following his father's instruction, Piturvacha, this Ramachandra, the king Ramachandra, following the instructions of his father, Piturvacha, he went to the forest and he started living in Panchavati Ashrama, and Sita Devi also accompanied him. Tasya Haradravanaha. And then thereafter, Ravana abducted, kidnapped Sita Devi. And as soon as Krishna heard this statement, he was not saying, He was not saying anything at all. And then, Nidhrartam Janani Katamiti Hare Humkarata Shrunvataha. And then what did Krishna say? Saumitre. Saumitre means the son of Sumitra. That is Lakshmana. Oh Lakshmana, where is my bow? Where is my bow? Where is my bow? Kwadhanu, dhanu, kwadanu, kwadanu, kwadanu. Iti. Like this, Vyagra gira pantuvaha. Krishna started acting like Ramchandra, and he was calling to Lakshmana and saying, where is my bow? Where is my bow? Let's go and protect Sita. So where did we hear this story?
One
We
time we
heard something
discussed
similar
this.
to this, right?
Yes, Prabhuji, about the sound, like Krishna is also saying, one, I think one devotee is saying the story, and Krishna is saying, he's saying, he's reciprocating with one story. I think.
No,
Say,
no. Krishna hearing and Krishna saying whom is this one, but we heard something similar to this.
So he constructed a bridge when Radha and her friends were teasing. So he, some monkeys were there, and somehow I remember they constructed a bridge, and Radha was surprised.
No,
So something like this. He acted like Rama.
Sukha was saying in some story, Sukha, the parrot.
no.
Give some clue, sir.
The current topic is the clue.
Yeah, Mukunda Mala. Okay. Okay, we are newcomers, so we
Yeah.
have no response from
Yes,
our
you are
listeners.
excused. You are excused. Others will be punished. Others will be punished. Come on, we discussed this during day 1, day 2, I think.
Bil Mangal Thakur and Krishna.
No,
He was playing with Krishna, you said, and then he used to say, yes, whatever Bil Mangal Thakur used to say. No?
no. See, the connection of this story, Yashodamma is telling this story to Krishna, right? The connection of this to Mukunda Mālā Stotra is the author of Mukunda Mālā Stotra, Kulasekhara Alvar. He was a great Rama Bhakta.
Yeah,
And when he was in his assembly, every day he wanted to go to Ranganath Yatra. He wanted to go to Ranganath every day from his town or
Yeah,
village.
then when he was hearing the story, and then he was running away and started fighting the same
trying to
thing.
go
Well,
and help. Yeah,
Ah,
I
he's,
yeah.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, makes sense.
So when Kulasekhara Alvar was hearing Ramayana every day, somebody used to come and recite Ramayana to Kulasekhara Alvar. And whenever Kulasekhara Alvar hears any disturbing things in the Ramayana, any incident like this where Sitamma is abducted or something like this, he would immediately become alert, and then he would call out to his soldiers to take out their weapons and go out to protect. So, so like that, one, 2, 3 times it happened like that, and then all the ministers, what they have decided is nobody should recite any disturbing stories from Ramayana. They should only recite happy stories. But one day, that person who recites Ramayana, he was sick, and he sent his son to the assembly. And the son, he did not know about this rule, that he should not read any disturbing episodes from Ramayana. Not knowing that, he started reciting that episode where Ravana kidnaps Sitamma. And then, as soon as Kulasekhara Alvar hears this, he alerts all the army and says, "Our Sitamma is in danger. Let's go to Lanka and bring her back." And then all the soldiers they accompany him, and Kulasekhara Alvar he starts he starts crossing the ocean. He starts walking into the ocean in an attempt to cross that. And then like that he goes into the middle of the ocean, and then he's almost drowning, and then that is when Ramachandra comes and uplifts him. Ramachandra comes along with Sitamma and uplifts him. So he gets, Kulasekhara Alvar gets darshan of Ramachandra, Sitamma. And then Ramachandra says, don't worry, my devotee, I have brought Sitamma from Lanka. Now she's safe. You go back to your kingdom. So saying that, Kulasekhara Alvar pays pranama and then he goes back to the kingdom. So this is originally originating from Krishna. Krishna, when he heard his own story as Ramavatara, it was his own story. And in Dwapara Yuga, in Vrindavan, when Yashodamma is telling that story, he's he has assumed the mood of Ramachandra, and he started saying like that. Saumitre kwa dhanu dhanu dhanuriti. Oh Lakshmana, where is my bow? Where is my bow? Where is my bow? So
Prabhuji, Balaram was also sleeping there, Prabhuji.
Balaram, Rohini mother
Oh,
Rohini
right.
was putting him to sleep. Yeah. Yeah, maybe in two different rooms. Otherwise, they will fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yashodamma wants exclusive time with Krishna. Ananya Mamata. So,
Prabhuji, Bilamangal Thakur written 2 books, na? Krishna Karnamritam, Ram Karnamritam.
yes, yeah, he has written Ramakarnamritam also. Yeah. Yeah. Krishna Karnamritam is full of his Balya Leelas, childhood stories. Very beautiful. So, how did you all forget this story that we discussed in the beginning about Kulasekhara Alvar?
We were only thinking about Krishna.
Also,
Yeah.
this story I
Okay,
remember.
attain the mood of Rama.
Yeah, this story I remember, Prabhuji. I'm thinking about one more story you discussed about this Unkaram. So
Ah,
I'm remembering that story.
which story?
Yeah.
Like some devotee is saying the story, and the Lord is saying from as a deity, he was saying kind of.
I remember this as Shiva was telling the story, and then Parvati was saying, and then when like parrot,
Shuka
so
was
Parvati
saying
slept off, then
exactly what I was.
Shukamuni, he was telling, Shiva
Hmm.
found out, and he came chasing, and then that is when Shukamuni went to Vyasa Bhagavan.
Correct.
Hmm.
That's also what I was thinking actually when Prabhuji talked about whom.
Okay. So then I don't remember this story that I told. Yeah.
So like maybe you have not told Prabhuji, maybe you just knew because Shiva Parvati story. Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah.
And I remembered, I don't know whether you told or I saw in TV, like he will be telling Radha that I am Rama, but she won't believe. Then
Hmm.
they will challenge him to construct the bridge. And
Hmm.
then he constructs also.
Hmm.
Then they just use it and cross it, but they still don't recognize him.
Yeah.
So,
And this tradition of telling bedtime stories to Krishna is continuing even till today. Like you go to any temple, especially uh, Balaji temple or Ramachandra's temple, Ramalayam, uh, or maybe where there is a Krishna temple which is not established by ISKCON people. If you see only Krishna's deity, like Venugopal Swami, only Krishna's deity, in the night when they are doing uh, the final Shayana Arati and Pavalimpu Seva, they put a small cradle and then no, first they will do Arati, Shayana Arati, and then they'll put a small cradle and put a Utsava Murti of Laddu Gopal or little deity of Venkateshwar Swami or Ramachandra, and then they'll swing. If you go to our Balaji temple in Bellevue, you will see this. So
Yeah, Prabhuji. That's
you have
very
seen
good.
that in Bellevue temple, yeah.
Yeah, Prabhuji.
Yes,
So
Prabhuji.
then during that time they sing Jo Achyutananda Jo Jo Mukunda Lali Paramananda Rama Govinda Jo Jo. And then in some temples they also sing Muddugare Yeshoda Mungita Mutyamu Vidu Diddarani Mahimala Devaki Sutudu. So these two songs, they are the bedtime stories to Krishna. They tell about different leelas. In these two songs, they sing about different leelas of Krishna. So this tradition of telling bedtime stories to Krishna, and these stories are nothing but his own stories, his own leelas, is continuing even till today. So starting from Yashodamma, that tradition, that sampradaya is continuing even till today. Yeah.
And we also tell Krishna stories to our kids, Prabhuji.
Yes. Yeah, all the mothers, they tell bedtime stories to children.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm
There's
telling
one
stories
similar.
to all of you.
Yeah, Prabhuji, really are like mother, guru, everything. Actually, when Akshara was small, I used to tell the same story. One story was there, Prabhuji. She really got bored of that was a Krishna story only. Then
Hmm.
I learned some 10, 15 stories. I'll
Hmm.
tell her option 1, 2, 3. She'll select one number.
Okay.
Like first number one is Parikshit Magaraj, number 2,
Uh,
Ambarisha, like that. I have some. So she'll select one and then she'll say, oh, same thing. And she'll
uh,
sleep. But now she bought that book, Gauranga Darshan Das Prabhuji book.
there are
Daily
beautiful
she'll
stories
only
in that.
read. Yeah. And now after the class is also there, so she hears and then only sleeps.
Very
So
good.
still
Very
she
good.
reads after, yeah, whether any number of times she'll read the same book and sleep.
Yeah. Very nice. That's why Prabhupada wrote that, before all these books came, there used to be only one book, Krishna book. The title of the book itself is Krishna. Prabhupada had written that it was meant for exclusively for bedtime stories. And it was Prabhupada's recommendation that everybody, adults and children, they should read Krishna book in the night and then drink a glass of milk and then sleep. And then later on, different devotees, they have written these small books containing these stories. But in the beginning, there was only one book, Krishna book. Yep.
20 years ago, I was working in Bangalore, Prabhuji. So
Mm.
that time when I first went, I got that book.
Mm.
But I presented it to my grandmother. So she
Mm.
was in village. So my father's brothers, daughters, and all were there. So they
Mm.
all become. My grandmother used to read that for them.
Mm.
So even before I became a devotee, they became like they were very small. So
Mm.
even today, they really like Krishna. So that
Yeah.
was God's arrangement. I never read actually. I even today I have not read, but
Yeah.
somehow I felt like buying to my grandmother.
Yeah. Yeah. Kids who listen to stories from Ramayana, Mahabharata, and Krishna, like Bhagavatam or Krishna stories, yeah, they will definitely take up this path of bhakti. as they become adults, they'll definitely remember those sweet memories, and they'll definitely take up this path of bhakti, because it builds a strong foundation in the childhood. The early days memories will last longer, and they'll take up bhakti. So stories are the best way to inculcate bhakti in children. So we have to develop this habit of being able to narrate small stories to children. Most of the parents, they stop telling stories to children once they start going to elementary school or so, like 7 years, 8 years onwards. They don't tell stories, but we can tell stories to them every day. The other day, like last Thursday only, when my daughter was drinking milk, so I told a story to her. uh, there's a beautiful story when Yashodamma, one day, it was a daytime, um, Krishna asks Yashodamma, can you give me a glass? And Yashodamma asks, why do you need a glass now? Krishna says, I want to drink milk. Yashodamma says, no, there is no milk in the house. There is milk in the house, but Yashodamma, she knows when to give milk to Lala. Then Yashodamma says, no, there is no milk in the house. Krishna asks, when will there be milk in the house? What time will we get milk in the house? Yashodamma says, night. When it is night time, then we'll get milk. Krishna asks very innocently, what is night? He's the sun and moon are his two eyes, and he is asking what is night. Yashodamma says night means dark. When it is completely dark, that is night. Then Krishna closes his two eyes and then says, it is dark now. It is night. Please give me milk. I want milk. So he holds, Krishna holds the pallu of Yashodamma's sari, and then he runs behind her, keeps on running behind her and asking for a glass of milk. And my daughter liked it. So like that, we should continue telling stories. Yeah. Okay, so it's 10:15. We'll pause here. Tomorrow we'll start discussing from shloka number 21, I think. I think last time we stopped until He Martya Paramam Hitam Shunutavo, I believe. I have to go and check. Okay. Mangalam Kosalendraय Mahaniya Gunatmane Chakravarti Tanujaya Sarvabhaumaya
Mangalam.
Mukunda Mālā Stotra ki jai. Kulasekhara Alvar ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Okay.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare
See you all
Krishna.
tomorrow. Hare Krishna Akshara. Bye.
Hare Krishna. Bye.
Bye.